Up for our third trial for 2-year-old colts and geldings. Number 1, Soho Hamilton for Michael Stanley. Pandering comes out of gate 2 for Emma Stewart. Up and About, Ellen McDonough. Prada Sun is another from the Ellen McDonough stable out of barrier 4. The second of Michael Stanley's runners is Soho Sinatra from gate 5, and the second of Emma Stewart's runners, Pacifico Dream, comes out of gate 6. Got some well-bred youngsters here this morning. Most of them yet to go to the races. Of course, Soho Hamilton is the next of the progeny of Pixel Perfect, making him, I think he's a full brother to the top flight pacer who's on the combat trial, Soho Tribeca, as well as, of course, a half to Carla's Pixel and Soho Nolita. So some well-bred youngsters as the mobile swings around. This is over 1,710 metres. It's over the 2-year-old colts and geldings. Soho Hamilton on the inside, and the gate is about to release. It does, and they're away pretty evenly with Pandering coming out of gate 2 to make the early running ahead of Soho Sinatra. Soho Hamilton settles, he'll settle third on the inside, just got his head up in the air, and then we go back to midfield where we've got the 2 runners from the McDonough stable in Prada Sun and Up and About, and at the rear is Pacifico Dream. They've settled down into single file, and they'll come up to the bell as they sweep past the 1,200 metre mark. A few gaps opening up as these youngsters are still learning their trade, and in front, making the running as they go to the 1,000 metre mark and the bell, is Pandering. Then found the lead early from Soho Sinatra. Sitting in third is Soho Hamilton from Prada Sun. Just gets a tap up to keep his mind on the job. Then comes Up and About, Pacifico Dream. He's settled last. He's still there, but there's plenty in the tank. They go past the 900 metre mark and to 800 metres to go. Still no change in the order. There's a couple of gaps still in the field as these youngsters work their way down the back straight. They go past the 700 metre mark, and Pandering is still making the running. The first to get off the pegs and make a run, it comes from at the rear of the field, Pacifico Dream. And Jamie Lee King following a similar pattern to what it did earlier. There's a galloper midfield in Up and About, and he's lost any chance and gone into a gallop. But at the moment there's still no change in front, where Pandering, who led from the outset, has opened up a little gap over Soho Sinatra. On the outside is Soho Hamilton, and working home on the pegs is Prada Sun, with a gap to Pacifico Dream. But this is going to be an all-the-way win, and very impressive type. He just gets a bit of a shake-up, but his mind's on the job. And Pandering takes the win of the trial by about at least 10 metres from Soho Sinatra. Soho Hamilton finished third ahead of Pacifico Dream. Then came a few metres back to Prada Sun, and after making that mistake in the closing stages of the last lap, was bringing up the rear was Up and About.